What's up, Heat Seekers? My name is Joe Otis from joeislit.com, and welcome to the season premiere of Lit Picks. It is the 2022 NFL season, and I have a brand new headphone, brand new, earphones, brand new look in the room. I'm in a new direction. I have the door facing me to my back. That way I can see if someone's sneaking up on me, like Michael Myers or Jason or something like that. It is going to be the fall. It's scary time of the year, but wow. It's finally upon us. I am so excited to finally announce that the NFL season is upon us. We've had a game last night. We saw the Buffalo Bills totally embarrass the reigning Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams on their home turf, Thursday Night Football. I got those two games wrong. I thought that the experts were all picking the Bills. I thought they were going to be wrong, and I thought that the game was going to be a high-scoring affair, being that these two teams have some very good offenses. But I was wrong. The over of 51.5 did not hit. I was very disappointed with that. I've been having a very, very bad month so far. So hopefully those things, my losing streak will go away soon as we get on into the NFL weekend. And let's get into it. Unfortunately, I'm going solo tonight without my teammate. So what I'm going to do is my special idea this week is I'm going to make my picks, and I'm going to give you all the option in the comments to come up with a counter pick. And if you beat me, I'll do a punishment of your choice. It could be a hot chip challenge. It could be karaoke. It could be whatever you want. You let me know, and we'll get things done next week. But in the meantime, I want to let everybody know that, once again, we are live on Lit Picks for week 1 of the 2022 season. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I want to thank all my 4 viewers for coming in tonight. This is more than I probably had in a really long time. Let's go over the scoring and how it's figured out. If you pick the underdog outright, that's 3.5 points and up, you get 4 points. You pick the underdog outright that's 3 points and less, you get 3 points. If you pick the game spread or over under successfully, you get 2 points. If you pick the favorite, you get 1 point. Let's get into our first game. It is the Baltimore Ravens at the New York Jets. We're live from MetLife Stadium this Sunday at 1 p.m., the early games. It'll be 80 and partly cloudy. It's perfect football weather. I think these two teams are very, very I think that at least the Jets are underwhelming. I think that most people are going to pick the Ravens to win this game. The Jets are starting Joe Flacco. The guy is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but face it, he's way past his prime. For this game, I'm going to take the over. I think 44 is low for both teams. I think that the Ravens are capable of putting up at least 35 against this team. Maybe the Jets get like 17. I think the final score will be Ravens 35, Jets 17. So I think the over is pretty low. So that's why I'm going to take the over in that one. Anybody in the comments, you have any idea what you think is going to happen in this game, and you can counter that? Mom, Dad, Uncle Frank, where are you guys? What do you guys think? There we go. Pro tip, please post a spread and over-under instead of location of game and weather forecast. Thank you. I'll make sure to do that next time. I'm taking the under. Okay. It's a good idea to go against me because the picks that I've had this month have not been very good. The Ravens will beat them in a low-scoring game. Okay. We'll see what happens. All right. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want to take the under on that one? Yes or no? We'll go with the under from the audience. All right, on to the next game. It is the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions. 1 p.m. from Ford Field, the Detroit, Michigan, and inside of the Dome. I'll give you the over-under of this game right here. That way we know. The over-under is 48.5 for this one, but anyhow, I think that the Eagles are going to stomp the Lions. I think the Lions are a cute pick that a lot of people are taking because they see Dan Campbell with his biting knees threats, biting kneecaps. He's going to storm the Lions into battle and win. They didn't look really good last year. I don't think they're going to rebound that fast. I think the Eagles have something to prove here. I think they cover the 5.5. What do you guys think? Bob's nervous for this game. Lions will have a red ass after last year's beating. That could be the case. But I think that has there been that much change from the Lions last year? I don't think so. I think the Eagles are a better team. I think they've strengthened up on defense with their recent acquisitions. I think a lot of people thought the safeties were going to be bad this year. Let's see if Chauncey can do good filling in the safety position, taking over in the defensive backfield. Eagles, of course, losing Rodney McLeod this year. He goes to the Colts. But I think the Eagles are going to win this game pretty easily. I think they're going to stomp them like last year. What does the comments think about this? How would you counter that? We almost drove home from Detroit. That's right. We almost drove home in Sandy. How does the lighting look in my room, guys? I think that half of my eyes, I think I have to have a light more in my corner here from this distance over here. Or at least over here. I don't know why there's no light. I'm in agreement with you, Joe. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. All right. And let's go on to our next game. It is the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans, 1 p.m. from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's indoors. And I think a lot of people are going to be taking the Colts to win this game. I think they're going to probably pick them to rout them. But the Texans are with a new coach, Lovie Smith. He was their defensive coordinator last year. He got promoted this year. They have a really young team. They have a young quarterback in Davis Mills. And they have a really, really young running back out there. And I think that in a divisional game, when it's within a touchdown or less, I think I'm going to take the Texans +7. I think that a lot of people are expecting them to get destroyed, and I like them in this game. I don't think the Colts are pretty new. They have a new quarterback coming in, Matt Ryan. The guy's a future Hall of Famer, but on the road in Houston, I'll take the Texans. I think it's +7. You have to think out of the box here, and that's what I'm going with. Texans are the shits. Give me the Colts to cover. Texans are lost like cons in geometry class. The books were a better background. Yeah, we'll let people know about that. Colts are going to blow them away, and we'll see what happens. All right, and on to our next game. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals, coming to you live from Paycor Stadium, no longer Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think a lot of people are probably going to think that the Bengals are going to blow the Steelers away. The Steelers with the new quarterback and Mitch Trubisky. They have some new weapons on offense, with George Pickens. I'll tell you what, guys, Deontay Johnson's a little banged up. However, I'm going to take the upset in this one. This is my upset of the week, the hot dog of the week, if you will. The Steelers on the money line, +235. I think they're a division rival going to go into the Cincinnati, and I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, much like the Rams did on Thursday night. And I can see the Steelers win this game. That's going to be my pick. What do you guys think? Bengals can win with a late field goal. That's true. I can see the Steelers playing hard. Mitch sucks, though. This is tough. Stay away from this one. All right. Let's go on to the next one. It is the San Francisco 49ers at the Chicago Bears from Soldier Field. There's going to be some light rain in this game. I think the Bears stink. They're going to get a new stadium eventually. Justin Fields is an okay quarterback. He hasn't really... I don't think he really lit the NFL on fire last year. But then again, that could be because of his coaching and GM from last season. And I think it's a pretty funny fact that the Bears replaced, Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy with another guy named Ryan and another guy named Matt. So do you think that the same output will happen? I don't know. Could be the case. Matt is a defensive coach, if you will, from the Colts, coming over their former defensive coordinator. And I don't know if they really found guys that can really show Justin Fields how to be a great quarterback there. I don't think they really found any quarterback gurus and their assistant coaching staff. With that being said, I like the 49ers. I think they're going to destroy them. I think they're going to win laying 7. And I think Elijah Mitchell's going to get at least 2 touchdowns. What do you guys think? Would not shock me if the Bears find a way to win this game. Bears get blanked in this game. 0 interest in this game. All right. On to our next game then. It'll be the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons, coming to you live from the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which will be indoors, as you are aware. And I think that with it being indoors, you got 2 teams like the Saints and the Falcons I mean, I'm not too crazy about Marcus Mariota, but I think the Saints could put up a lot of points. I think the Falcons can at least put up 20. So I'm going to take the over in this one, which is 43. What do you guys think? I'm assuming probably zero interest in this game as well. I guess that's the case. Let's see what we got. Saints win big. They will surprise people early. This feels like a trap game. I think Atlanta sucks, but they could very well come out swinging. That's true. Winston throws 5 touchdowns. That'd be nice. Yeah, so I'm going to take the over in this one. So, I mean, the 5 touchdowns will be great with an over of 43. Moving on to our next game, which is the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins, coming from you from Hard Rock Stadium. It's going to be in Miami, and we always know that the Patriots, for some reason, they don't play too great in Miami. Miami always finds a way to beat them. You can forget that amazing play last year where they had that miracle play where they went by Gronk in the end zone on that last minute walk off touchdown. I like the Dolphins. I like what they did this offseason. I think Tua will take the huge leap forward. That's my bold take. I like what he has with his 2 receivers and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I mean, I'm not that crazy about the running game, but they do have a very, very stout defense. And I think that they're going to shut down the Patriots, who are getting old. I mean, you can only be good for so long, and at some point they're going to have to rebound and, rebuild their team. And I'm going to take the Dolphins laying the 3.5 in this one. I'm surprised that the spread wasn't bigger, but what can you say? I like the new coach, I like Mike McDaniel, and I like what they have. Love Miami in this game. I'm glad we agree on that. When will Dolphins wear the throwbacks? They should wear the throwbacks full time. Those uniforms are sweet. Dolphins are no longer well coached. You never know. They could be. The Steelers are well coached because they have Brian Flores as their linebackers coach. So the Steelers and the Dolphins win a tight game. All right. All right. So moving on to our next game, it is the Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. And this is a Baker Mayfield revenge game. Will he get revenge? I think he will. I'm going to take the Panthers. It's a pick 'em here. They're the home team. If you look at last season, I believe that Sam Darnold beat the Jets as a Panther last year in one of his first games. So I can see that Baker Mayfield doing the same thing to the Browns. And I think that Carmen's going to come back and bite the Browns in the ass with Deshaun Watson being out for 11 games. And it's a miracle the guy wasn't suspended the whole season. But I'm not really that crazy about Jacoby Brissett. And I think Panthers win, and it was close. Bob agrees. The Browns win a tight one. Baker has been running his mouth, and Browns defense will be ready. Let's see. Browns quarterbacks is a drizzling. Yeah, I agree with that. He stinks. But I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one. All right, next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Washington Commanders. And the reason why I put the weather here is it's going to be 73 and rainy, supposedly. And if I'm wrong, you guys can make fun of me about that next week. You can say, oh, I guess you're a really good weatherman. But this game is something special. This has a great storyline because you got Jacksonville Jaguars coach Doug Peterson going to be traveling to take on his former quarterback in Carson Wentz. They had a really, really controversial ending, both in Philadelphia in 2020. And I can see this game not being too well with the weather. I'm taking the under. I think this game is going to be like a 17-10 game, and I think that the Commanders can very well win this game. But I'm going to take the under. I don't think that many points are going to be scored. What do you guys think? I'll be rooting for Dougie. I think the Commanders win though. Jags win 14-13. Comedians. All right, on to the next game. It is the New York Giants at the Tennessee Titans. Moving on to the 425 games. We have a Titans game when we play the Giants team which I think still stinks. I don't care if they have 2 really good offensive linemen. People think that people think that their tackles are underrated. Um, yeah, I guess you can say that, but I don't think they have that much on their defensive line aside from Leonard Williams. And I'm taking the Titans laying the 5.5 actually, and I think that Derrick Henry's going to run it down their throat. He's going to have a great comeback game. I think he's going to have a great comeback season, and I see the Titans winning big. What do you think? Titans will struggle this year, but win here. I think the Giants are going to play hard here and cover, but lose. What do you guys think about Treylon Burks? I drafted him in fantasy. Do you guys like him? Titans running away. All right. All right, next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings, 4:25 p.m. US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. We have a game where Alan Lazard is doubtful, and I checked the injury report. He's probably not going to be playing this week. I don't know what could have possibly happened to him for week one to be injured. And if you go back to if you think about the history of the Packers Vikings rivalry, back when Brett Favre played, he never played good in Minneapolis. I mean, because they were at the Metrodome before. And for this game, I mean, it's been a long time since the Packers have beat the Vikings. It's been almost 2 years. I think the Vikings swept them last year, and I'm going to take the Vikings to win this game on the money line. They're plus 100, so it's a near pick 'em. And I like them at home, and I can see them lighting up the Packers defense. And you got some guy like a guy like Zadarius Smith, who was on the Packers before. He maybe want to get some revenge on his old team, and maybe wants to sack Aaron Rodgers. So, what do you guys think about this one? Treylon Burks is no AJ Brown. All right. I think the Commanders jerseys, I agree with that. Skull Vikings, they win here. Everyone likes the Vikings here. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar. That makes you think it's a trap. If everybody's agreeing with me to take the Vikings on this one. So it'll make me want to change my mind on that one. But I'm going to have to stick with it. I mean, I came up with this game. So, like I said, we'll take the Vikings on the money line. So I think a lot of people might think it's a trap. But who are Rodgers' receivers? He's going to have Lazard out this game. He lost Valdez Scantling. He lost Adams. He has Robert Tonyan. That's it. All right, on to our next game, which will be the Kansas City Chiefs at the Arizona Cardinals, coming to you from Glendale in the indoors. And you got Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, who's going to be studying some film, reading his playbook more, has worked into his contract. With that being said, I think a lot of people are going to think the Chiefs are going to destroy them in this game. And I'm not really sure the public is on this one, but I'm just going to take the Cardinals plus 6.5. I think that being a near touchdown underdog in the beginning of the season, the Cardinals, I mean, they'll be missing DeAndre Hopkins, but I mean, they're still a decent team. I mean, they're a playoff team. And I don't understand why they're such big underdogs. Who knows what the Chiefs are going to look like? The Chiefs are going to be throwing to Mahomes will be throwing to 5 different receivers. Of course, he's got Kelsey. I mean, if you just double team Kelsey, how are the other receivers going to do? What do you guys think? Oh, that's a shame. Chiefs. Chiefs win 42-31. That could be it. We'll see. All right, next game is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. Coming to you from Inglewood, California, and this is a divisional game, a rivalry game, if you will. Chargers missing the playoffs last year, Raiders getting in. I mean, Devontae Adams is a pretty big addition. They made some pretty big add-ons over there in Las Vegas, and for some reason they have the Chargers as a favor in this one. So I think that could be. I got a funny feeling that the public is going to be picking the Raiders in this one. I'm probably going to agree with them. I'm going to take the Raiders in the money line at plus 150. What do you all think? Let's see. Tough game to pick. I think it's a shootout. Chargers. Let's see. Over. All right. So I think you guys are going to go with the over. I like the Raiders win this one. I mean, I think that you just can't take the predictable teams because that's not how it never is on week one. Chargers win 30-21. It's always some really crazy stuff. Like if you think about last year when Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were on a neutral field playing the Saints in Jacksonville, and they ended up shitting the bed in that one. So that's why I like taking dogs in week one. I like taking teams that no one thinks is going to win, who are at least close to a touchdown underdog. So we'll see what happens. All right, we on to the Sunday night game. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. I think that this game will make up for the Thursday night game where one team dominated the other and the under was reached. I think the reverse happens on this game. I think there's going to be a marquee matchup where there's a lot of points being scored. I'm taking the over 50.5. I think both these teams are capable of putting up at least 25 points. And what do you guys think? Dallas wins this game, but they won't win the division this year. I agree with that. I have a bad feeling Tampa comes out flat and the Cowboys cover, possibly win. That could be possibly the case, especially with Brady missing several days of camp this year. Bucks win 35-10. It could be a blowout. I would like to see that. Spartans are 2-0. Big win against Allentown. That's funny. Thanks for the CVC report from Bob. All right. Banners are stuck here. It says right here, I'm reading an article that just popped up on my screen and said, NFL World reacts to an embarrassing Stephen A. Smith news. I wonder what that could be. Leg drop. All right. On to the Monday night game. What the hell did I put the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings? What the hell was I thinking on here? Hold on a second, guys. Let me fix that. You want to know why I did that? I copied and pasted it. All right, so it's going to be the Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks Monday Night Football. Let's see what you guys have to say. Joe having a tough time week one. I don't think I'm having a tough time. Hot dog. Should have had a preseason. I have to go home now. My planet needs me. Gotta be clickbait. All right, so back to this game. So the Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks Monday Night Football this week. For some reason, they're not doing two games, which I guess I actually kind of like that. I think just one Monday Night Football game is enough for me. So with this game, come on, everyone knows we're all taking the Broncos laying 6.5. They're going to destroy Seattle. Geno Smith, come on. That was their option. Obviously, they're going to be tanking and rebuilding for next season. So I think Russell Wilson's going to go in there and get some sweet revenge. I think that they're going to destroy the Seahawks. And what do you guys think? Broncos winning a tight game, 21-17. Denver kills them. Denver harrows them. Geno Smith can't read defenses, apparently. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go back to our topics for the week and hit you with the hot dog.
Hot dog of the week.
All right, and my hot dog of the week, of course, is the Steelers on the money line. So I think that they're gonna win a game versus the Bengals, And speaking of the Steelers, let's go with the mega parlay. The mega parlay is the Steelers plus 235, the Dolphins minus 3.5, the Panthers in the pick'em, and the Buccaneers Cowboys over 50.5. That's a parlay that'll get you plus 2283. So that's my big mega parlay of the week. Let's go to the comments. Bears hot dog of the week went out right. All right, well, we'll hear you say that. Taking a shower probably. He was busy. He'll be back next week though, he said. He got cut. Question to you guys, how's my audio sound? Does it sound better than last year where it would sometimes jump around and fine. All right. If I move around like this, how does my like camera look? Do I look weird? Like, is it slow? All right. Of course it looks slow. I mean, come on. I served you guys up a softball with that one, but no. Okay, we're good. This camera's working good. Last year I would watch some of the videos, like my lips wouldn't be even up with my with the microphone. So all right, guys. I mean, that was a fun half-hour episode. Any comments on CM Punk? He's kind of a douchebag, I think. I don't know. Did he get fired or something or what? I mean, the one guy is his friend's biting people's ankles, which I thought was kind of weird. All right, that's all there is to say. Well, it was a fun episode. It was a good way to get off the snide, if you will, as Mad Dog would say, Mad Dog Russo. All right, that's going to be the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back. We'll see you next week, same time. And have a great weekend and happy football. Bye-bye.